残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になれ
Hey guys, Blue Cloud FTW and welcome to 2017. This is my first video of 2017 and hopefully I'll have a great year, hopefully you'll have a great year, and hopefully my channel will have a great year. Happy New Year. Anyway, the actual video. First of all, really quick point. Well, second point, this is going to be a sort of real-time live recording, so I'm not going to be doing editing in this video, so I feel it'll make it easier for me to share opinions and for you to get a better idea of what's going on. However, it will not be the same in every video I do, but maybe you can convince me to do one way or the other. If you leave a comment below, should I edit all my voiceovers or should I just go live like this? Because, you know, I can make little... Well, right now I kind of don't know what to say. So yeah, leave a comment below and tell me what's going on. Anyway, this video, we will be analysing the brand new art and screenshots that have been released by Nintendo. And I'm going to start off with my favourite one, which is this wonderful sort of callback, I wouldn't say concept art, possibly concept art, but callback art to the original 1986 art for the original 1986 Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And oh man, is it beautiful. The sunset, just Link standing there, or kneeling there, the forests, the walls of the Great Plateau, presumably Death Mountain, clouds, open fields of Hyrule. It's amazing. If you don't love it, there's something wrong with you. Anyway, if we look more closely though, now there's not that much to analyze. However, if we look closely, we can see the geese that were in the original Breath of the Wild trailer and can be seen around Hyrule in actual gameplay of Breath of the Wild. We can see Link in his classic clothes. Well, not quite his classic clothes, but his usual clothes that you start off the game with in Breath of the Wild, and the first sword, I do not know, that is not the Master Sword. It is, however, the first sword you get in the game, presumably. We can see the sunset, and if you look at the sun, you can actually see the outline of a Sheikah Tower, and then you can see one over, if you look at the hilt of Link's sword and then go up just a few centimeters, you will see yet another Sheikah Tower. And if you look at the large stone structures at the bottom right of the picture, you will see that those are actually the walls, or the damaged walls, of the Great Plateau, which is of course where you start the game. So presumably this would be the top of Mount Hylia, which we can see on the Great Plateau in the Breath of the Wild demo from E3, and he's looking out over all of Hyrule, and obviously towards the gigantic and terrifying looking Death Mountain. Now in the gameplay trailer we could see a massive, presumably guardian, walking around the side of Death Mountain, and although I searched as hard as I could on this picture, I could not find any hint towards that. That is about everything we can see in this screenshot. I'd say the most important thing to take from it, really there's nothing new, so the most important thing to take is that it is absolutely beautiful, and also, more importantly, that Nintendo is most definitely remembering the old Zelda games, and this game has a massive connection to the very, very first Zelda game ever, which is now just set in stone with this wonderful piece of art right here. Next up, we have a very, very interesting new screenshot that was released by Nintendo in the last week, which shows the inside of a Sheikah shrine, but of course, most importantly, this little guardian. We have not seen anything quite like this in any form of showing of Breath of the Wild before. This is a brand new thing, however, going through the main body of it, the legs are the same as usual guardians, and the bottom of the body is the same as the small guardians that can be encountered in Sheikah shrines in Breath of the Wild. However, the upper body is, like the central torso, is nothing we've ever seen before, and we can see either 3 or 6 arms coming out of it, and one sword with the right arm broken. And if you're asking me how specifically I know that the right arm's broken, well, I'll explain that in a moment. However, the head is a different head to any guardian that we've seen before. However, the eye is the same, so presumably they will be able to, or this guardian will be able to slice you up with 2 laser swords and shoot lasers out of its eye at you while you try to fight it with a stick. Of course, enforcing this new rumor slash theory that Breath of the Wild is going to be a lot harder than a lot of people thought it would be. Also released by Nintendo, within like a day or two of this screenshot, was a piece of concept art of the same Guardian, which we can see right here. Now, hold on, Blue Cloud. This doesn't look quite like what we just saw. Well, that's because you're right. This thing has flipping 6 swords. I'm not quite sure, is it 2 arms? Yeah, I'm going to put bets that it's 2 arms and 3 laser swords on each one. And oh my god, does this look both threatening and both threatening and awesome. I mean, I just want to fight this. I just want to get out my Wii U or my Nintendo Switch, and that's something for another video, and just fight this thing to the death in a coliseum somewhere. The ruins of Hyrule Castle, maybe. It's just looking awesome. It's really, it's more mechanical than other Guardians, actually. They're sort of like tanks. Everything is contained inside, but here we can see the actual inner workings of a Guardian, which is quite interesting. But the most important thing to take from these, the screenshot and fan art and the official art, is the fact that if you look at the base of the laser swords, I'm going to call them for now, you can actually see that it is the exact same as the arrow that was shown off in the original Game Awards 2014 trailer, or was it E3 2014 trailer for the Legend of Breath of the Zelda Wild. Great game that, can't wait. But yeah, if we look at the screenshot here, we can see that it was actually very roughly and kind of DIY like stuck on, which makes sense because not only will it mean that you'll kill these guardians or destroy these guardians and then craft these arrows, which is basically confirmed now, there's no getting around that. Not only that, but it makes sense because money no longer grows on trees and in grass, which means Link isn't quite as rich as he used to be, and he's going to have to start putting things together himself, which I think will be quite fun to watch and experience. Anyway, that basically wraps up the video. It was a bit different this time around, so obviously there are going to be a few chinks in the armor of this video, if you can put it that way. There'll be a few problems with it. Please tell me what the worst problems were in the comments below, or if there was anything you liked about the video, also put that in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video overall, this sort of triple analysis thing. There wasn't that much to be seen, but there were a few very cool points to be made, if you know what I mean. Tell me what you think of this whole live recording thing. It's kind of how I started my YouTube channel, without the fancy editing. However, personally, I prefer the way a video turns out with the fancy editing. But as I said, it's up to you guys, so leave that in the comment section below. I have been Blue Cloud FT. Oh god, I forgot. Please subscribe. Okay? Please subscribe. You just can't leave that out. I thought I could get away with being cool, and then my videos started getting thousands of views, and I forgot to say subscribe, so of course, like, no one subscribed. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, unless you don't want to subscribe, in which case don't subscribe. See what I'm doing to your brain here. Anyway, enough of my mental games. I've been Blue Cloud FTW. I'm going crazy. Goodbye.